Hi everybody, it's Oksana. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really easy beginner ring. It's a little rose ring with a little gemstone inside. So if you want to see how to make this, just keep watching. So I'm starting with about 9.5 inches of this square copper wire. So that's a little different than I normally use because it's a square shape. I don't know how well you can tell here, but it's got the flat sides. You can use a round wire as well. So this is, again, 9.5 inches, 20 gauge, square, dead soft copper. And you can use round. So if I bend it here so you can kind of see the whole thing, roughly this much is going to be my band. And the rest are going to be the little ends. So I'm going to start right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm using a half round dead soft copper wire. These are all from Rio Grande, and you don't have to use this type. You can use a regular, you don't even have to weave around it actually, but I just got this half round wire and I wanted to play around with it, so I'm going to use it. So all that I'm doing, and this is actually trickier than you would think, is I am wrapping this around, and what I found to be easier, really have to keep this the right way because this will twist around, is instead of the normal like weaving around, better if you just use this hand to keep your wire flat and in the right position, and then just kind of turn it like this. For me personally, this works better. And then just make sure that this stays, like it doesn't get twisted around, because it's half round, so one side of it is flat, which is the side that is going up against the wire. That's the side that you don't see. And then the other side is rounded, and that's the side that you see up top here, and that's why you get this kind of bumpy looking effect. So just keep going for a while. This is going to be our band. So you want this to be long enough to go around your ring mandrel. This is going to be a sized ring, so you want it to, you know, go around whatever size you choose to make. So I'll go ahead and come back when I've done that. Alright, so I'm done with that part. I'm going to meet about a 7.5. So when these meet up, this is going to be your ring size. And I already did it on the other side, but I'm going to do it on this side here for you guys. Just trimming off this wire. Just cut it. And you take your pliers and you just pinch that down to make sure that it doesn't stick up. And now this part is optional. You might want to play around. This is just a different, it gives you a little bit of a different look. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this square wire, I'm going to take it kind of close to the band. If you want, you can kind of open up your ring if that makes it easier for you to hold. And I'm going to twist. I'm going to hold it with my pliers as I twist. See what's happening with the wire? I'm going to grab just a little bit higher. And the more twists you do, the more twisted it becomes. So maybe you like it like this, maybe you like it a little less, maybe you like it a little more. It's totally up to you. Or maybe you don't want to twist it at all. Maybe you're not even using square wire. So lots of different possibilities and combinations here. But I do want to show you all of your options. So I am doing this pretty much the entire way up. Just a little bit at a time. I know that it's tempting to just grab the very tip, but this will give you a more even twist all over if you just do a little bit at a time, from my experience anyways. So I am going to leave just this tiny bit here to work with. So now I'm going to do that on the other side. Now I'm taking my ring mandrel again. I'm doing the size that I did. And as you can see, I added a bead here. This is optional. You don't have to add the bead, and you actually don't need to add it quite yet, but I just added it to have. But basically, first thing you want to do is twist your wires together, kind of right where they meet up, right at that size, the ring size that you're doing. Twist your wires together like that. Okay, now you want your bead there. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your wire that is going through the bead, and you're going to bring it under the other wire, just like that. Then you're going to take this wire and you're going to bring it under that wire. And again, under, so you're just taking turns going under, basically. And under. You want to keep the wires close to here. You don't want them like splaying out. And if you want a really big rose, then start with longer pieces. I started with 9.5 inches of wire, so you can just start with a little longer. I'm just going to twist this wire where the end wasn't twisted. I am going to use pretty much all of it up till the very end, so I am going to just twist that now. You can use your pliers if you feel like your shape is getting distorted. And now that it's just such a short little piece, it's a lot easier for me to use my pliers. So now this one would go under. And I'm going to try and push that bead in there. Here we go. There's a few options of how you can finish off the ends. So here's one of my little ends. I'm just going to make a little loop at the end of it, and I'm just going to tuck that down in here, making sure that the end of my wire is kind of pointed up into the rose, so not down into my finger. And then with this piece, since it's a little longer, you can do the same thing, or you can put it right here next to the bead. Just kind of slide it through that little gap there. Oops. There we go. All right, you want to pull that up. And you can make a little decorative curl with it if you want your little curl to be visible and not underneath. Because this kind of wire, I like the loops that it makes a lot. They're really neat. And you can flatten that down a little bit. Just adjusting my little rose here. All right, that is it. That is this gemstone rose ring. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.